Here we go then. This is the ZEAL Japan Friday race. Something a bit different. I was looking at the 4x4 at stage 3, which is something I will do at some point, probably tomorrow. But there just weren't enough riders in the category. There were less than 5, so I didn't really want to do that. It's lunchtime in the UK on Friday, the 22nd of May, 10 past 12. And we've got the Course Crusher route, which is 14.8 miles, as you can see by the top graphic. Just ignore the mileage on the bottom right because the finish line is before, so it's not 26.4 miles as it says there. So we're in 520 to 690, as if I need the extra 40 ZRS score. So 49 racing. Now I've counted 18 are 600 ZRS already, and of which 11 are above 650. So this is a really competitive group. Remember, I struggled in the 510 to 650 a week ago, but I'm ready. The fan's on. It's quite warm in the UK at lunchtime. The shed's warmed up, but my super fan is in full action. So I'm hoping to get through this and not overheat. I'm aiming for a top 25. It'll probably need to be 24th to keep my ZRS score equal, and in this top higher category group. I've heard people call it the baby A group. I wouldn't put myself in that. I'd say it's a very, very high B group, to be fair, and I think that's a fair assessment. I think if you're being absolutely honest, A's are in the advanced group, the 650 to 1,000, and that's obviously quite a dissociation. Here we go. Sorry, I've just sped it up here. The Course Crusher, very slow start because it's downhill, as in nobody's pushing here. Out of the 50 riders started. It really starts now. It's pretty flat, the course, but there's lots of niggling climbs, and you can see at this level, look, you've got to train already. We're only 4.2 miles into it, and bear in mind, on the flat I'm having to do, 375 plus to stay in contention. I keep talking about this, but when you're in a higher group, and I'm going to be really harsh on myself here, but let's call it the 510 650. Here's the 520 to 690 group. Even on the flat, I fear people attacking because they're at such a bigger level than I am. I would expect to finish this around 3.5 watts a kilo, to give you an idea. And I know the finishers, the top 10 finishers, will be in 4 to 4.2 watts a kilo typically. That's what I've seen in the recent races of about this distance and about this climb. So these little niggly climbs, I need to be pushing fat side of 350 watts, which you can see is well on to close to 5 watts a kilo for me, to give you an idea. And those are just little. I'm having to stand up in the saddle because somebody's gone on the attack. Norris, is that Norris? No, the 2 Japanese riders there have gone out attacking. This is just on a little yellow climb, and this is the difference at this level. I mean, that's harsh. If you noticed at the bottom of the climb, I was averaging about 200, and in the pack no one was doing anything. But because these power-ups, people are racing to the banners and really stretching the riders. And look, I'm in a train now. I'm struggling to keep in this group. You can see from the top graphic, I'm not the only one struggling here. But this is taking a lot of energy out of me. There's 9.7 miles to go. And it is flat, but it's fast and flat. And I need to stay psychologically near the front. I'm drafting pretty well. I've been my race technique in the last 6 months has improved dramatically. I don't do anything silly now, but I can't do anything silly. I can't attack these guys. These riders are top end B riders. And obviously some of the winners will go into the A category, and well deserved too. So the great thing about this ZEAL Japan Friday race is look at all the power-ups. But that means people are going to attack. And it makes it really interesting. I've got to say, I've enjoyed it. Let's just fast forward this, because I managed to stay in the pack. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? Staying in the pack on a flat. But look, again, there's a little... Oh, we're going down there, -2. It's a descent, -2, and I'm having to do... I was doing the fat side of 300 watts there, 4 watts a kilo. Got 7.7 miles to go, so in my head I was braking 1 mile at a time. Got to do the numbers. Let's take 1 mile at a time, and then when we get to perhaps 3 or 4 3 miles, half a mile at a time, see where I am. Right in the middle there, so some great drafting. 7.5 miles to go. We've done 169 feet, which is nothing, obviously. Just done 16.5 minutes. There you go. Completed 7.3 miles. I've got an aero here. I think the aero lasts for 15 seconds. A bit like the feather. I think I prefer the draft. Can't draft, to be honest, power-ups. I think that lasts for 40 seconds. So you can really use it strategically for quite a bit of time. I'm guessing everybody at this stage will be using their power-ups close to the banner, unless in desperation they're struggling to stay on. Look, someone's gone off there again, and it pulls everybody else. And I'm on the edge, bear in mind. So, weirdly on the left, look, I'm at 250 average. However, the first 2 miles were at 200. So that second part is probably more like 270 average for me, which is near FTP. Coming down to 5 miles. I'm still there. Been drafting, using the power-ups perfectly. Managed to stay in the game, 430 calories complete. Here we go. Look, a lot of people have used their feather and we're nowhere near the next banner. And look, it's not even it's just over 1.5% or 2% that climb. But people are using it to attack. You can see that front Pochi and Nakajima. They've gone off there. I'm in 4th, but I really had to put some power in there. Really split the pack again. So look, I'm struggling here when I've sat down, so I'm using my aero boost. I think it's 15 seconds. Having to stand up on a 1% gradient just to stay in the game. This is the different level. I'm laughing because it's just outrageous. Relatively outrageous. Obviously people who are A riders, is this the norm? Top B riders. But it's all relative, Zwift. Look, I'm right on the front of my saddle, by the way. Left, right. Got 3.3 miles to go, and this is where, look, I'm just struggling to stay in the pack. It's not that I'm not trying. I've just been stood up there, sweating like mad. Even when we stand up again, try and get onto the back so I'm not dropped. I've still got a bit of draft there, but they're picking the pace up. I'm doing 440 watts there, and I'm right at the back of the pack. I have to stand up to get back in. I can't put the power down, sat down clearly. 3.1 miles to go. 262 feet, 26 minutes gone, 11.7 miles. I'm in the middle on the top. Look at the top graphic. I am in the middle, so there's a lot of others struggling. But look, I'm in 30th position here, 27th. We've dropped a couple off the back there. There's no wonder, look at the pace. Those two Japanese riders have really split the pack here. Great attack. I've no power up either. You see they're all bunched there, but there's this little group behind that I'm in and I can't even hold them. The sweat was getting in my eyes, by the way, so I had to do that. But they're getting away from me here. 2.7 miles to go, 256 average. This rider like me doesn't look like he can get back on. Or we're going to be riding. I'm 32nd at the moment. Stand up, because he's put some power in there. 6.1 watts. Look on the right. 5 watts a kilo. He's having a go to try and get on the back. Japanese rider for bicycle step. Fair play, he's having a go there. I don't think he's going to catch up to the pack because they'll be flying now. They're 5 seconds ahead. There's 20 odd of, what's 30 of them, aren't there? 31 riders there. I've pushed past there. I'm in 32nd. Well, pleased with that. I think that rider's just given up the ghost. Right, I've got a couple of riders 16 seconds behind. I've got a 10-second behind, and obviously I've just passed the Japanese rider there, who's now 2 seconds behind. Let's show some guts. 2.3 miles, I'm not going to get caught. Sumi is 55 seconds behind. So, right, can I hold on to this 32nd place? I'm not going to catch the riders in front. They're all 8 seconds and there's 31 of them riding together. So that's not going to happen. They're going to drift ahead and finish perhaps 30 seconds ahead with a sprint estimate. But I'm 5 seconds ahead of the rider behind. I need to keep the power up. I'm 255 average, 15th gear, 288 feet climbed, just over 28.5 minutes. So we're down to 2 miles. I'm going to be standing up on the little punchy climbs. I need to keep the distance. The rider's 7 seconds behind and 16 seconds, who's just putting 5 watts a kilo in, who's chasing. So I need to 281 watts. So I'm not hanging around here. Let's just point a tenth of a mile at a time. 1.8 mile now. I've done 13 miles. Going at 30 miles an hour. You can see there's some little bumps, so I'm going to stand up on the climbs. Hopefully that'll keep me the distance. But there are 2 riders almost 30 seconds behind me. They're only putting 2.5 watts in though, so that's a good thing. The riders behind me are putting 3.9, 4.3 in, so they're chasing me. Keep it, look, 289 watts on the left. Let's show some character. I've got the feather, remember. And I don't think there'll be another power up to go. I think it's going to be lots of bumps. So I'm on the yellow, 5%, 4%. Use the feather. Let's use it now, 1.5 miles to go. Put 389 watts in. Really pleased with this performance at the end. I'm riding on my own here. It's just for pride. 8 seconds between the next rider. The other rider's closing though, 14 seconds, 15. He's putting a big effort in there. And then the other 2 are 31 and 32 seconds. I don't think they're going to catch with 1.4 to go. Get over this hill, this ascent, and then I've got a little descent. I can push on the descent, get down to 1 mile to go. Then we'll have a look at it there. 30 minutes and 30 seconds just about to go. Done 13.5 miles. It's only going 21 miles an hour, so I need to pick this up. 22 seconds to the group ahead. 1.2 miles to go. 23 seconds. So they're picking the pace up, or someone at the front is 24 seconds ahead of me. I'm not hanging about here. Doing 250 watts. 256 as an average. I'm pretty spent, by the way, because just holding on to that group. We're down to 1 mile, 31 minutes. 11 seconds to the rider behind. 12 seconds, so I'm building a little lead for myself. Yeah, there's no team behind because it looks like those other 2 riders, one split. So they're all individuals behind me. I have 12 seconds. Get up at this yellow and I reckon I've done it. Stand up, get over 400 watts, keep going, push, 535 calories done, 90 RPM. Get over this yellow and we've got a nice descent. We'll see where we are then. I need to get down to 0.7 of a mile to go. I need to get to half a mile to go and then we'll be done. 12 seconds, the gap, 13 seconds now. So this little effort is helping. Operation Don't Get Caught, show some pride. Putting my head down there. Blimey, it's warm today. You can't tell from the pictures, but that shed is the heat near the top as well. It just gathers. Heat rises. Certainly does. It just sits where your head is. 39 seconds ahead, and it looks like a few are sprinting. 40 seconds ahead. I'm half a mile to go. 15 seconds to the next rider. Oh, 16 seconds. There's 2 riders joined there, so that's worrying. Even though there's 0.4 of a mile to go. Because if they work together, 17 seconds doesn't look like they're working together. I can hold this lead. 0.3. Let's get it. 0.3 of a mile to go. 360 feet completed. Average 255 watts. 0.3, 0.4 watts a kilo for me. I'm maintaining that distance of 16 seconds. They're not making an attempt to get hold of me. Probably can't see me either because of these undulations in the road and the bends. There's the finish, you can see it on the graphic. Down to 800 feet, 13 seconds. So I actually can ease off now. They're not going to catch me now. Really proud of the effort I've done when I got dropped there. Not to just give up and throw in the towel. Guy behind's doing 9 and 10 watts a kilo, so they're having a nice sprint. They won't catch me, it doesn't matter. Really pleased, really enjoyed this. You get an opportunity to the ZEAL Japan Friday race. Get on it. Very enjoyable. 3.4 watts a kilo, not great. But as I said, there was a big downhill at the start. It's very, very slow. Didn't quite hold on, but really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend having a go at that. Lots of fun, to be fair. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next race. Thank you.